Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Uzu billahi min shaytanir bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Ilahi rabbana atina fid dunya hasana wa fil akhirati hasana wa qina adhaban nar. Shallallahu la ilaha illallah, shallallahu la sharika lahu, shallallahu muhammadan rasulullah. Wa shallallahu ali wa waliyullah, wa shallallahu ala imam Hussein shubi shahidul Karbala, wa shallallahu ifna shali imam Ahl Bayt Khalifa Kareem Muhammad, wa shallallahu ala Mahdi Hujatullah Khalifa Mukmin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. We will continue the evening prior to the Wakamal with our fiqh lecture. Talib Ilm Abdur Rahman has some questions which have been taken from Kitab al-Istufat Awab of Sayyid Ali Khamenei.
What is the ruling concerning the initiation of fighting during the occultation of the infallible Imam? Is it permissible for the qualified Islamic jurist possessing state power to order it?
Yes, it is absolutely permissible for him to order it. It is absolutely wajib on the Muslims living in that state to obey it. And it is wajib on the Muslims living outside of that state to support it with their tongue or with their hand if able. An example, a real life example of this. During the war between Iran and Iraq, Khomeini, walayhi Allah, was the wali faqih, the guardian jurist and supreme leader of Iran. He declared jihad bisayf, jihad by the sword, against Iraq. Iraq was communist and ruled by a kufr, Saddam Hussein, lainatullah, may Allah damn him to hell. And it was wajib on the Muslims to fight. It was wajib on them to obey this command. And it was wajib on the Muslims outside of Iran and Iraq to support Iran with speech, actions, funds, what have you. Now, the qualifications for a wali faqih who can give such orders is that he should be just to the extent a murja must be just, which is much more just than a witness, or a Imam Jomek, a Jumma Salah, or even the justice of a Mujtahid or Ayatollah. It must be the highest level of justice and pity. He must avoid sins, avoid doing wrong, avoid forgetting, and avoid saying wrong statements. Also, he must be the most learned in matters of politics, warfare, economics, and state matters. And he must have direct waliyah, direct rulership over the state and affairs. And if he is not alamiyah, the most learned in fiqh or Islamic religion, then he should consult with the most learned mujtahids and murjas on this matter before taking action. However, if absolutely necessary, his fatwas override their fatwas on matters of politics, economics, social affairs, and warfare. Salawat. Allahumma sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
If those assigned by the Islamic State to prevent corruption do not accomplish their duty, is it permissible for people to take charge of this duty themselves?
This matter is particularly not always a clear matter. If we are in an Islamic state where we have waliyah, then the hukum sharia, the Islamic judges and murjas, are the first in line, followed by the ayatollahs and mujtahids and the qadi, the local judges, which we would call just a hakim or a minor hakim sharia or hakim sharia ashkar. Now, if this can't be accomplished, the Imam Jomek is next in line. If they cannot accomplish it, the people who are adil, just and learned in Islamic religion or students of knowledge could accomplish it. In a non-Islamic state, usually physical accomplishment in this is very difficult. So one must go through the speech or through the heart. However, it is the duty of the wali faqih of any Muslim country or the murjas, the most learned jurists, to remove a corrupt person from office if necessary. And amir al-bara ma'ruf wa nahy anil munkar is the duty of every Muslim. Allahumma sayyidina Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
A continuous assault is going on against Islamic morals by the Western culture, and some non-Islamic customs are being propagated. For example, some men hang golden crosses in their necks, or some women wear clothes with garish colors, and occasionally some men and women wear bracelets, smoked glass, and special watches which attract attention and are generally considered improper. Taking into consideration that some of these people insist on such actions even after enjoining to them maruf and forbidding them from munkar, please explain to us how to treat such individuals.
In an Islamic society with hukam sharia and wali faqih, these individuals would be reported to religious police or the enforcers of sharia or the local mosque or judge. In a Western country or a non-Muslim country or a Muslim country with a non-direct sharia government, the matter is a little more difficult. The people should be taught and explained to. If that doesn't work, they should be avoided. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has reiterated all throughout Surah Nisa the message of seeking the company of the pious. And one becomes the company who he keeps. So if we associate with shayateen and ignorant people, you will become ignorant or be belittled in the eyes of the people. But it is the duties of the sheikhs to address these issues and to speak to these people. But that does not necessarily mean association. Allahumma salli Muhammad Muhammad.
Is it permissible for high-ranking Islamic scholars to sit frequent and associate themselves with tyrants and tyrannical rulers if it leads to a decrease in their tyranny?
This matter is troublesome but clear according to the Sharia. We have a hadith from narrated from the progeny of Nabi Rasulullah Muhammad through, if I recall correctly, Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam or Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam, and a similar riwayat has been narrated through Imam Ali Ridda alayhi salam. The hadith says it was Imam Jafar al-Sadiq was asked, what is the kafala, what is the penalty for working with the leaders? And he said, to do justice to the people. So if one has to work with the leaders or deal with the leaders, and it can decrease suffering and injustice, one should do it. But if it leads to degradation of the ulama, of the scholars, and usurpation and control of the religious seminaries by the oppressive governments, and according to the fatwas of the late Ayatollah Uzma Rahullah Musavi Khomeini, it becomes haram. Allahumma sayyid Allah.